Good morning everyone. As you can see, when I was pulling out the kumara from this particular garden, I have managed to break, or it's rotted, they're not treated. So my husband has got me a new board, so I thought before I start anything else this morning, I will probably go ahead and get this replaced and sorted out. So I'll just go over and grab the board and everything I need, and then we'll get on with it. You just have to dig this bit out so that it sits up against that. Oh goodness. Oh, the centipedes. Right, give that a try. It's going to stick out the end, but that's alright. That's better. Alright. Ooh, that's rotting too. Okay. Yeah. I'll just push the dirt back into there. There we go. First job complete. I won't push too much onto it, it'll settle over time anyway. And then the only other thing I'll have to do is probably get another one of those and put it a little further along. Okay, that job done. And we'll go over and start my dad's garden. Alright, this is our next task, so I'm going to go through and I'll do some speed weeding, and then we'll go through and cut back all the fuchsias in there, and then we'll do the hydrangeas at the back. But what I might do for the hydrangeas is I'll probably go and grab a pot with some potting mix in it, so when I cut the cuttings I can put them straight in there. So I'll put you guys on super speed to get these weeding done nice and quickly. So see you in a bit. Alright, that is all the weeding complete. And because I've just done this briefly between getting my bread cooked and whatnot, I will come back out because it's now lunchtime, and I'll show you how to do your fuchsias. And actually there's a couple of options for when to do them, and we'll get some hydrangea cuttings and get them cut back. So I'll see you guys after lunch. Okay, let's get on and do the cutting of the fuchsias. Now, as I was saying just before, you can cut them either winter, well, I'm doing it in autumn, which will be fine, or you can wait until spring when they start showing their little growth. And you can cut them back then as well. Last year I did them during winter, and they were fine. The only reason I'm doing them earlier now is because I have noticed that the temperature has dropped significantly enough that they are not doing anything anymore. Let's get a few of those weeds. I just missed a few. So what you do, literally you can take them right back. This is called old man's beard. It's also got another name to it, but it's actually very good. So anyway, so what I'm going to do, sorry, just trying to find a spot to start. Now that seems like a giant cut, but I can guarantee you that will come back next year. So I kind of wounded it a little bit there. So yeah, anything like that, you just take them back. And if the thing is, if you want them to stay, you want them a certain size, or you want them to grow a certain way, then cut them that way as well. I'm not too worried because these just bush up here all the time anyway. That one is from that one back there, which is broken, so I'll just grab that one off. And so yeah, I want to be harsh. Oh gosh, I keep splitting. And I will show you again in the spring, summer, when they come back up again. And I'll show you that they don't actually mind, because now if you can see, you're quite far away, but anywhere there's this, it's going to heal over, and then all down here it's going to shoot out and make another big branch, just like this one did last year. I actually cannot tell where I cut this one. I can see there, I did cut down there. So yeah, if you want to have them come back really nicely, and then it stops them also from, you see all these dead limbs and stuff underneath. So this is all nice, but all this sort of stuff, it just stops that from being there, and you can just cut it right back and it'll start again. Angle cutting, so it doesn't get any water sitting in it. Like I say, I always thought it was really harsh the way my dad cut them back, but he had the most amazing fuchsias. So we're best to listen to what he taught. He seemed to have great success. That one I'm just going to leave there because I want that one. That's dead. And then that can go down there. And so yeah, I've left, there's a few little leaves, but it doesn't really need them. There's another one down there. And that's going to sit like that until spring. Actually, it might even put on, I don't know if you can see, hold on, I'll lift it up. So you see these end ones, it might even just pop out a few ones. So what I'll do is I'll keep an eye on, and I'll show you guys if they do put out some more. So that is basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to go along and do, so I've got, and there. I've actually got one in the pot there which I need to plant, so I'm probably going to go and get my spade and get them planted. But I'm going to go along and get all these guys trimmed down. And then, yeah, although I'll show you before I cut it off. Look at this one, it's very pretty. It's like, it seems a bit mean, doesn't it, cutting those off? But anyway, oh, and this one down here is very pretty as well. That one is called, so yeah, bush or basket, this one is. So Devonshire dumpling. That's a cute name. Yeah, so I will get on and get all those cut, and then I'll show you when I'm finished. Right, so all the fuchsias are done. That's all ticked off. So looks like there's now nothing in there. But I've also gone through and I had some in pots which I wanted to get out. So now's a good time to also plant your fuchsias if you're in autumn anyway. Right, so I've got my clippers and just got this container, and it's just got potting mix in it. And I'm going to go across and drop all these guys down. Now, from what I can remember, oh, by the way, with the fuchsias, you don't have to do what I've done. Definitely, if you're nervous about doing your fuchsias, wait till spring. Then you'll be able to see where the little shoots come out, and then just cut them right back to there. And if you're nervous about it anyway. All right. So, from what I remember, hold on, we'll just put that little leg out so you don't fall over. Right. From what I can remember, you can. So they've got, I don't know if you can see that one down the bottom. So there's one down there, and then there's one there. So they're always saying 2 up from the bottom. You can take them right back down to there, but I'm going to go 3rd up. Actually, no, I'm going to go 3rd, 4th. Sorry, I'm going to cut it there at the 3rd one. And then with this, I could probably get two cuttings out of that. Sorry, hold it back. And then you can probably cut them about there, and then you can't see that. Hold on, I'll tilt you down so you can actually see what the frick I'm doing. There we go, there's the pot. And then you just shove those in the pot. So I'm going to take quite a few. They can be quite close together, it doesn't matter. And then, yeah, so I'm just going to go through and count up 3, take it off. This one's got a flower head on, so I'm not going to keep that one. Whoops, don't fall over. 1, 2, 3, there. And then just one off that one. And then once again, see, this one's different because of where I've managed to cut it. There's one of those. So I'm not going to cut it again up by this one. I'm just going to shove that in because that's your node. And you want to put those in the ground. And then, yeah, once I fill my pot, I will stop taking cuttings and I will take them to my shed and I will show you guys what I do with them then. But for now, I'm going to carry on, and I've got a lot to do. So, there's before and after. So, yeah, there we go. They look all a bit naked. But anyway, they will spring back to life in the spring. Now, the other thing I was going to mention was I was cutting between 2 and 3, maybe even 4 nodules, depending. I just realized I was doing that, but that was only so that I could manage to keep a shape to it. At least make sure there's 2. If there's none on the actual branch, then just cut the whole branch off, and also find anything that's dead and cut that off, or any ones that have tangled, between each other and just look messy, just cut them off. They're just going to spring back to life in spring, so I'm not worried. Got all my cuttings for now. Right, so I can officially say I have put this garden bed to bed for the winter, and I'll just keep an eye on everything. We will have those guys still flowering. throughout the winter, so that's nice. But otherwise, everything else has gone to bed, so that's good. Alright, so will magically reappear in a second over in my shed, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with these. Right, so what they reckon is they need to stay moist. So I'm going to put them in this tray. I'm just going to move those guys because what I need to do is give the soil some good water. I actually wait till it comes out the bottom, that way I know the soil is good. And the rest of the plants in here will pick it all up anyway. Make sure it's draining out. Yep, there we go. Right, so now what we want to do is find a piece of plastic. I was going to find, no, it's a little piece. So these are all, I have all old hothouse covers that I've cut up. Or greenhouses, whatever you call them. And then I'm just going to tuck these guys in. Oh, peach tree down. Gosh, careful. I'm going to try and wrap that because they've got to stay moist but not damp. So I'll probably, being as how it is getting really cool here now, I probably won't even check the soil temperature, their moisture level in there for about a month. But I think if you were doing, I mean, you can do these cuttings any time of the year. So, but if you were doing them in the summer, I would definitely recommend keeping an eye on them because they'll dry out faster. But yeah, so I'm just going to tuck them in there and they're going to go like that. And I'll come back and I'll check them in about a month. I should be able to see moisture on the plastic. As long as there's moisture on the plastic, there's moisture in there, and that's all that matters. And then hopefully we will get some plants out of it. Right, and because I was expecting rain this afternoon, and it is staying beautiful, I am actually going to go down and quickly just do some the bottom part down the driveway for mowing today. So I will leave you guys here, and hopefully you enjoyed doing the garden with me. Didn't take me long actually. It was a lot of actually stopping and talking to my husband when he came home and all that sort of stuff. So it didn't take me long at all. So remember, just go out and do one little task. It doesn't have to be huge. And thanks for watching, guys. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. You're all awesome.